Iran now trying to claim victory against anti-government protesters following a week of unrest that left nearly 24 dead. Iran claiming huge counter-demonstrations taking place against these protests in Iran, with the head of the Revolutionary Guards declaring victory against, quote, forces of sedition. President Trump criticized for tweeting support for the protesters, saying, quote, such respect for the people of Iran as they try to take back their corrupt government. You will see great support from the United States at the appropriate time. Now to a Syrian refugee. He survived a chemical attack in his own country. He's activist and author of the book, My Country, a Syrian Memoir. He's Kassem Eid. Good to see you, Kassem. Should President Trump support the Iranian protesters?
First of all, thank you for having me. And I want to wish you and the American people a Happy New Year and sending you love and prayers for the upcoming storm. And it's always crazy to hear people criticize the United States under any circumstance for standing up against dictators or fascist regimes like the Iranian regime or the Assad regime in Syria. I was born and raised in Syria by a dictatorship. They taught us in school that America is the great devil. They taught us in school that the Holocaust didn't happen. They taught us in school that Hitler was a great leader, not a great dictator who killed millions of people. They taught us a completely false history. They made us believe that the Soviet Union was the liberator and the United States was always the devil that's trying to kill people and steal their money and take their jobs and occupy their countries. When I grew up, and in 2011, I was 24 years old when the revolution started. I was out of job, out of everything, just like millions and millions of people in Syria. There was no future. There was no hope for any true progress to actually do something in our lives except for just begging for pennies after 12 or 13 days, 13 hours of work per day. We had nothing to lose. That's why we stood up against a fascist dictatorship, and we risked our lives, we risked our future, we risked everything, and we marched peacefully in the streets for more than 11 months. And all what we got was statements of support and, I don't know, a couple of media reports, and that was it. The regime kept killing and kept torturing people until they forced us to actually carry weapons to defend ourselves because the world just kept watching. President Obama made a clear promise about a red line for the use of chemical weapons in Syria. Assad called in and killed 1,500 people with sarin gas. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, President Obama didn't do anything. In that particular moment, most of the world, and including a lot of people around mm-hmm. the world like me who are looking up to the United States as the good guys, as the people who are going to come and help us and save us. But in that moment, Obama destroyed the credibility of the United States.
Okay, so what do you think of the media? What do you think of the media criticism about Trump? What do you think of the criticism of Trump now?
I think it's pure stupidity and also pure hypocrisy. I literally challenge any person who's defending the Iranian regime to actually go and live in a dictatorship like Syria or Iran or North Korea or anywhere else and see how would he say about what he's going to say after he's going to live there, and see what does it feel like to actually live in a dictatorship, okay. To actually walk in the street and to see a police officer killing you or torturing you out of no reason without any permission from any kind of justice. I just want to say one thing, please, if you just give me 1 minute and I will wrap it up. I just want to tell the Americans that you have a beautiful, great country, you have a beautiful democracy, you have such a beautiful gift that you unfortunately forgot how beautiful it is and you stopped appreciating it. I see Democrats fighting Republicans. I see Americans fighting each other while Putin is sitting in Moscow and just laughing all his way back. I see people fighting over stupid things while we have a lot of people who are in need for your help.
All right. Kassem Eid, thank you so much. We love having you on the show. Come back soon. We will have more after the break.